YouTube, what's going on? This preacher. Man, so I'm at Unify, right? I don't know if y'all can really see it, but this is the road. It's a 2-lane road. Got buildings right here, buildings down there. And then that's like the street right there. So they got a police officer that sits right there, and he goes around to the trucks and tell the trucks, don't block the street, to keep moving and riding around to get inside this here place, this here Unify right here. And I'm just like, okay, where you supposed to go? Here it is, 12 o'clock at night. It's not like it's a whole bunch of traffic out here, but there is houses down this here street. And you got trucks galore lined up, and you can't go nowhere. You can't go around. You can't turn around. You can't turn down inside these businesses. They got gates in there. It's like, so when you do get a chance, I guess you can go down the street, down the street there. And some truckers did, but the police just keep riding around, messing with the trucks. You know, talking about go, keep going, but you just like, okay, where I'm supposed to go? And look at this in line. This is a line out of this world, way down there, to get up in here. This is crazy. I got a 12:30 appointment in the morning, but I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And I was probably like on this street. See how this? It's just a 2-lane street right there. Oh, they want you to go around the street, I guess, and find a different way. And then the police is just acting all crazy out here. I'm like, how's we supposed to get up in here? A whole bunch of streets is like that, where they have the gate. See the gate right there? You can't even go up in there. So now they want you to go around up in here in a neighborhood trying to get up in here. I'm like, this is really crazy. This is crazy. And because of the little snowstorm up north, I didn't want to go, because I go to Fayetteville, right? And it's supposed to be snowing up there, and have, you know, the icy rain and all this other kind of stuff. So I ain't feel like going up there dealing with that type of weather. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay in Florida. So I get these regular loads here in Florida. Now, the bad thing is I don't like these type of loads, but if you're gonna get these type of loads in Florida, because they pay about $1,100. This load paid $1,050. This is how much this load paid. It paid $1,050, and it went 260 miles for $1,060. So it was a 2 o'clock pickup, 12:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock p.m. pickup, 12:30 in the morning delivery. So I was like, okay, you know, I'll go ahead and do it and stuff. You know, because you could do it. Now you got to deal with this here mess But if you want to make at least $1,000 a day, this is what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to come to these places. And I hate going to these grocery warehouses because they take forever in the day. I really hate because they all take forever in the day, going to these grocery warehouses. I hate going to Aldi's. I hate going to Performance Food Group, PFG. I hate going to the Winn-Dixie. I hate going to the Publix. They have these appointments, but to get in, it takes forever in the day to get in. Then when you up in here, you in here for 3 to like 5 hours on stuff. Now I only got 12 pallets. So, but that don't mean nothing. Just with 12 skids, you know. But this is just crazy. I'm glad I made it up in here without this police guy just sitting around here messing with me some more about going. I'm like, dude, where you want me to move? I can't move. Like I said, I got this truck in front of me. I can't go nowhere. And then they had the little like where that yellow line is. They had the little median there, but they had the cement block going all down, so you couldn't even get over there. I'm like, where you want me to move it? No, when this other guy moved, yeah, you could go ahead and move and don't block the road. I'm like, no problem, officer, no problem. But that's why you hate coming to places like this, because it don't have no parking. They schedule all these trucks at one time. Why in the world would you schedule all these trucks to come in at one time? It's crazy. Why? In line right now, I'm talking about when I got here, there was at least 22 trucks in line. Why would you schedule all these trucks to come in at one time? Even if you could come in an hour before your delivery time. Within 1 hour before your delivery time, you got 20-something trucks coming in. You can't unload all those trucks at one time. You don't have that many forklifts. You know they don't. So why in the world do you want to schedule this many stuff coming in at one time? This is just crazy, man. That's why I don't like doing these in grocery loads. But again, all that snow up still, I ain't trying to go up inside all that snow and stuff. So I'm like, okay, let me just stay in Florida, but I need to get these $1,000 loads. You know, because even if I'm getting these $1,000 loads, right, I got two. So I got this one, and then I have another one to well, it's today now. I got another little one later that picks up at 2 p.m. today, and that takes me down to Miami. So, and it only picks up like 40 miles away. 40 or 50. Picks up in Zephyr Hills, and I'm in Sarasota right now. So it's probably about 60 miles away that it picks up 2 o'clock. So I'm gonna go over my homeboy Tommy house. He stays here in Sarasota. I used to stay in Sarasota. I was running a restaurant called Stonewood here in Sarasota. So I got peeps and friends and stuff like this. So I'm gonna go over his house. I'm gonna stay at his house for a 10-hour break, and then I'm gonna leave to go there and pick that up after this load is over with. And that load take me back to the house, and I'll be back home tonight. I should get home about between 6 and 7 o'clock. I get home tonight, and then I deliver this load at 8 o'clock in the morning down in Fort Lauderdale, which is about 80 miles away from where I stay at. And then that load, look at the police. Look at the police. See the police? That's what I'm talking about. The police just sit here and just mess with it. And then that's all he doing. He riding down from the street back up over here, just messing with the semi trucks. I'm like, where you want us to go, man? I guess that's his beat. I'm just gonna ride down and just mess with these semi trucks. I mean, that is crazy, man. That is really crazy. But this other load I got is paying me $11.50 tomorrow, and I'm picking up ceramic tile. Is what I'm picking up, and I'm taking it to this other ceramic place, tile place down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So yeah, you can make some. It's easy for people who don't stay in Florida and run in Florida always to say that, okay, there's no loads in Florida. No, there's loads in Florida, okay, and there's loads coming out of Florida. The problem is that they don't really pay good. So you know that the loads don't pay good going out of Florida. Why? Because there's a lot of freight going into Florida, but not a lot of freight coming out of Florida. Okay, so that's one thing. As company drivers, when you're not booking your loads and things like that, you know, when you're looking to get inside the business, places where you're going, when you're sitting there, you see these other drivers and things like that, you can start talking with them and asking them questions. So that way you'll start learning these lanes that you be going to all the time. You know, that's what I did when I was with Warner. You know, I go to the same places all the time. I used to go. I used to pick up out of Florida when I came home, you know, and then when I had to take it out somewhere, I find myself always going to the same places to pick up those loads to get me out of the state of Florida, right? And it take me different places and stuff. And then even when I was with Dollar General, all those little backhauls I used to pick up for Dollar General supplies and things like that, when we used to have to go get stuff for backhauls and stuff, I'm looking at these places. I'm like, well, it's a lot of places in Florida that delivers to other places in Florida too. You know, so I learned about different places like that. So now I'm booking my own loads when I'm talking to these brokers, and I'm looking at these different cities from here to here, from here to here. I'm like, okay, where is it picking up at and where is it delivering to? And then they're quick to tell you the city. I said, no, what location? What's the name of the place? Is this a warehouse? Is it what? Where's I'm picking up to? So then I do the reviews and stuff on these particular places. So I start learning the routes and stuff, you know, learning the particular lanes and stuff that I was doing. So now that I'm booking my own loads and I do all particular stuff like that, you know, I know the prices and stuff. I go by the prices that's on the average on the truck stop and on the DAT, but that's just not set in stone for me. I said, I can care less what the 30-day average was on there. This is what I need to do this unload. You know, well, I run it for this all the time. I don't care if dude told me, well, I run this all day long for $7.50. Obviously, you don't run it all day long for $7.50 if you still got to put this load on the board all the time. Because if you run this all the time for $7.50, then you are doing it to the same driver. You ain't doing it for different drivers. You got probably one or two drivers that are doing it for that, but they're not going to do it like that every single day. So when you got 5 loads of this a day that you got to move, you're not moving it for that same price 5 days a week. I'm like, I don't want to hit it. No, I had delivered in St. Augustine. I went from Alachua to St. Augustine, and that was 200, how much was that? Like 210, 215 miles. And and I did that one for $9.50. Then I went up from St. Augustine to Jacksonville to pick this load up to take down to Sarasota. That's how I got that one for $11.60. So, and then my other one is $11.50 that I'm picking up later on today. I started on Sunday this week because I'm taking Saturday out. Our church is having a couples night. So that's what I did with that, you know. So I'm taking Saturday off, and I may take Sunday off too for couples night. So you can make decent money, and you could do probably about 55 with the 5 loads in Florida. On the low end, you know, on the low end, probably 5,000. On the high end, about 55, 56. On the high end in the Florida, just running Florida only. But like I do, I go out of the state of Florida twice to come back in, and that alone is giving me an extra $1,800. Just go get out of the state of Florida to come back in, and then running the rest in the state of Florida. So it gives me the extra $1,800, and you know, that extra $1,800, that's what always put me at about 7,000 for the week, between 7,000 to 73. Last week I actually made $79.65. I had almost an $8,000 week. It's not like that all the time. That's actually is the most that I have made. Okay, but I ran 6 days for that, and I just took advantage of, you know, people still being out on vacation, things like that. You know, that's not all the time for that. I just so happened to get these good loads. People canceling loads. It just was one of those particular times. But I consistently run about 7,000 to 7,300 a week. I can consistently do 7,500 if I want to give up, you know, all my weekends and stuff like that. But I really don't want to give up all my weekends. But anywho, man, yeah, I just want to talk about this stupid police officer. And then this in place where I'm going to unfi. At least the gate is up there.
When possible,
You know.
make a U-turn.
All right, y'all.